What's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy Sharp Reacts. Sharp from the 219. Back with another one, man. Hey, y'all see here on the screen, man. My boy Ja. I ain't really got much to say, man. I'll show y'all the title. How a superstar became the NBA's biggest villain. I'm not gonna say he's the NBA's biggest villain, but he's ruined his reputation. So, Ja, if you ever seeing this, bro, I rock with you, bro. Get healthy, get right, get back on the court and just prove yourself, bro. Just prove yourself. Hey, at a point in time, you was one of the faces of the NBA, one of the future faces of the NBA, bro. Just get on the court, get healthy, get right. Wherever it is you're going to be playing next year, we don't know if it's going to be Memphis. I don't know. Just get on the court, get right, bro. Prove them wrong. You was at the top. Hey, you had some slip-ups. You kind of fell back down. You gained it, and then it was just like, hey, you still got time, bro. You young, bro. You talented. You got the personality, bro. Just get healthy and get right, bro. I'm not going to slander you in this vid. I'm not going to do it.
That's how much money Ja Morant's lost from NBA suspensions.
The Grizzlies have suspended star point guard Ja Morant.
NBA star Ja Morant has been suspended again.
The Memphis Grizzlies have suspended guard Ja
The league
Morant.
is suspending Ja Morant
due to his reckless habit of showing guns on Instagram. And if you count the money Morant lost from bonuses and endorsement deals, the price of promoting violence is closer to $60 million.
Damn.
However, the real problem.
Oh my goodness. Shit. Come on, Ja. Come on.
Isn't the money. It's that Morant was involved in nearly a dozen incidents in a span of 2 years.
Incredibly disappointed, disgusted, wondering what the hell is wrong with him.
From suspensions to court cases, fights off the court, fighting with coaches, beefs with players, and disrespecting the NBA, Morant has become one of the most problematic players in the league.
We have to stop putting ourselves in positions to where they could take away what we've worked so hard to get to.
And what's crazy is, Ja Morant was supposed to be the face of the NBA, winning Rookie of the Year and becoming a two-time All-Star in his first 4 seasons. Morant became one of the best and most entertaining players in basketball.
Morant
Are we seeing this?
Attack.
Why even jump?
But then Ja changed. He started drinking and going to strip clubs, wearing gold chains and carrying guns, while his
Lifestyle,
entourage
bro.
caused trouble seemingly
Ego, bro.
every week. Even
That's all
his
it
dad
is,
got
man.
into a fight during a game. To make matters worse, his on-court production has also suffered. Morant is currently averaging the lowest point total since his first 2 seasons in the NBA, with the worst shooting percentages of his career. And it's becoming clear that something needs to change.
Like, you need to find your motivation back, and something's got to change.
This is the Ja Morant story. How a humble kid from South Carolina became a hero and then transformed into one of the NBA's biggest villains. After an electrifying start at Murray State, the Memphis Grizzlies selected Ja Morant with the 2nd overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft. And during his pre-draft interview, Morant passed all the questions with flying colors. There were 0 red flags, and the Grizzlies couldn't find a single person who had anything bad to say about Ja. Morant was a hard worker, came to the public spotlight late in his career, and played with a chip on his shoulder. He came from a stable family, didn't drink or smoke, and was always respectful towards coaches and teammates. Everyone who described Morant said he was humble and coachable, a gym rat that was unfazed by fame. And when Morant first came to the NBA, he acted that same way. People who interacted with Morant and his father T felt that they were humble and respectful, easy to talk to, and never overstepped boundaries. He would always kind of come off very humble. He would ask questions. "Man, if you don't mind, can I have a seat right there?" Very courteous. However, towards the end of his rookie season, the first signs of trouble began. Team sources said there were concerns about how frequently the underage Morant, usually accompanied by his father, would go out drinking and visit strip clubs before games. But those problems were largely swept under the rug, especially...
Y'all, NBA players have been doing this shit since like the 80s and the 90s, y'all. They've been going out to clubs. You feel me? Now, everybody don't get that same pass. That's why this wasn't an issue at this time.
Job produced on the court.
I'm not saying it was okay,
17.8 points
but
and
I'm just
7.3
saying,
assists per
keeping
game,
it a buck.
winning the Rookie of the Year award almost unanimously, with only 1 vote going to Zion Williamson. However, by his 3rd year, the drinking and the partying became too hard to ignore.
See?
Throughout the 2021-22 season, when Morant was named the NBA's most improved player, a pattern emerged on the Grizzlies' road trips. After landing, a van would be waiting for Ja and his entourage, who followed him everywhere. Morant would fly him in on a private jet, cover the hotel costs, and all the expenses. And the Grizzlies noticed that Morant started to come to practices hungover, or be late to team events the next day. But Ja was averaging 27 points per game, and everybody in the organization kept silent about his lifestyle.
Adams going long. Morant!
As NBA superstars are often given a certain leeway that role players never experience. There was no discipline, a Grizzlies source said. They felt they could do anything they wanted. In my opinion, the enabling was out of control. Just constant. In February...
And this is where he got carried away. He started to do a little bit too much. You feel me? I'm keeping it a buck. He started to do a little bit too much.
2022, Morant was traveling to his first All-Star game in a private jet, surrounded by friends and family. He decided to share his happiness with the world on Instagram Live.
Can't be posting this on Ja. I mean,
straight from the bottle.
You can't be posting this on live, Ja. Come on, bro.
Oh, man. We was lit.
Morant later set off to flight. Now, celebrating your first All-Star appearance is perfectly fine, and athletes drinking expensive alcohol isn't anything new, so it wasn't treated as a big deal. However, Ja's need to go live during drinking sessions would soon get him into trouble. After he signed a 5-year, $194 million extension, the biggest contract in franchise history, the Grizzlies noticed a further change in Ja's behavior. Once a humble and peaceful kid from Carolina, he suddenly became something of a diva. Always surrounded by an entourage, getting into arguments with people in the organization, and acting annoyed if something didn't go his way. In July 2022, a sneaker store salesperson and Morant's mother allegedly engaged in a heated confrontation, after which the salesperson said that Morant and several friends showed up and threatened him, with a later report indicating that Josh shoved him in the parking lot. A week later, Ja was involved in a physical altercation with a 17-year-old teenager, Joshua Holloway, during a pickup game at Morant's home.
You're talking about like basketball player John Morant.
Basketball player.
Like Memphis Grizzly John Morant.
Grizzly John Morant, yeah.
So a grown man just hit you in the face.
Yeah.
And a grown friend.
Yeah. They John.
Holloway was a frequent guest at Ja's house, and they often played ball together. But after they got into a fight, the teenager decided to file a civil lawsuit. Morant claimed it was self-defense after Holloway hit him with a basketball and got into a fighting stance.
The ball came, hit in my face, I flinched back like this. So I'm like, what you want?
After which, Morant punched him.
Yes, I punched him.
Followed by another punch by Ja's friend. And even though the case was later dismissed and Morant was essentially found not guilty, it was the second incident in the span of 1 week. And it wouldn't be the only one. In September of 2022, Morant's sister got into an argument during a high school volleyball game, after which Ja and his friends arrived at the scene, leading to an altercation in which witnesses said that one of Morant's friends threatened a student. But
Okay, y'all, listen. This is his sister now. This is his sister. I'm not giving him the okay. This is his sister. Now, if she got into it with another man or men, she has every right to call him. Every right. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause I don't really know much about this situation, but
23 season started, Morant kept producing on the court, averaging 26 points and 8 assists per game, making his second All-Star appearance.
John Morant. Save those dunks for the big game.
On January 20th, Ja's father,
we remember this.
got into an
We
argument
remember
with
this.
Shannon
This was
Sharp during a
crazy.
game with the Lakers, with Ja also getting involved in the potential fight.
Shannon Sharp still talking, and T. Morant, John Morant's dad, comes over. Had an opportunity to talk
Hey,
to T.
Shannon
Morant.
was
and
gonna
said,
give him the
my blood
beats,
pressure did go
y'all.
up a bit.
But the situation
I'm
soon
sorry,
escalated.
bro. Shannon.
Just 9
hey.
days later, after a game
Hey.
against the Pacers, Morant got involved in another incident. Ja's crew got into an argument with some of the members from the Pacers organization, who reported that someone pointed a laser at him, likely attached to a gun, with the laser beam coming from Morant's SUV.
As the first car leaves in the second car, and reportedly Ja is riding in the second car, a dot of a red laser appears on several of the people up on the loading dock just to scare them. But again, the security guard said, I believe that's attached to a weapon.
Yes.
Nah, this not okay. Now, at this point, this is telling me, Ja, you're hanging around the wrong people. You don't have any guidance. It's not cool. You can't be doing this, bro. You can't be doing this.
You're kidding.
The NBA launched an investigation, but without sufficient evidence, nothing came out of it.
Yeah, I mean, that was addressed internally, aware of the investigation of the NBA, did a full-on investigation. We were fully compliant with it, and I think they came out with a statement saying nothing was corroborated or found. So, that's what I know, and that's all I'm going to comment about.
However, the Grizzlies staff had finally had enough and confronted Morant, telling him that he's messing up and to not act like Steve Francis and Allen Iverson, who, like him, were extremely talented point guards, but whose actions off the court.
Did you not get my text message?
What'd you say?
Cut their careers short. But Ja wasn't in the right headspace to hear those messages, and he brushed them off, saying that none of the incidents or his lifestyle were affecting his game. And yet, only a month later, Ja made headlines again, and for all the wrong reasons.
To NBA superstar Ja Morant, now under investigation. The league launching that probe after the Memphis Grizzlies point guard appeared to display a gun on Instagram Live while at a nightclub early this morning.
After the Grizzlies lost to the Nuggets on March 3rd, Morant went to a strip club where he broadcast himself on Instagram Live while holding a handgun. And even though he deleted his social media accounts, put out a statement taking responsibility for his actions, and apologized to his team and his fans,
Can't
the
defend you on this
NBA
one, bro.
didn't take the situation lightly. Commissioner Adam
Can't be
Silver
doing this,
issued
bro.
an
You're a
8-game
brand, bro.
suspension
People
to
look up
Morant,
to you.
saying that his conduct was irresponsible, reckless, and potentially very dangerous. Morant then flew to Florida, where he began an 11-day stay at a private counseling facility. The day before his return, he addressed the media and his time away, saying that alcohol didn't influence his decision-making.
I don't got an alcohol problem, never had an alcohol problem. I didn't go there for alcohol, I went there for counseling.
But then on May 13th, 2023, 3 months after he served his suspension, Morant did it again. While driving in a car with his best friend Devontae Pack, Ja and Pack were vibing to music, with Morant sitting in the passenger seat while Pack drove. Pack was also streaming the scene, and unfortunately for his friend, Morant was caught on video while holding a gun. And even though he appeared on the screen with a gun for less than 2 seconds, the image of Morant instantly went viral, even after the video was deleted from Pack's account.
Nobody cares if you have a gun. That's cool, bro. But why his homies going live? Why? Come on, bro. If you know you got a gun on him, why are you going live? Y'all can just vibe out. Dang.
Second incident of its kind in less than 3 months. The 7th overall in less than a year. And on June 16th, the league announced that Morant would be suspended without pay for the first 25 games of the following season. And with a yearly salary of approximately $34 million, or roughly $309,000 per game, Morant lost nearly $7.7 million. And to make things even worse, due to the missed games, he lost the opportunity to make the All-NBA team, which would have activated bonuses in his contract that would increase his earnings by nearly $40 million. On top of that, Powerade dropped Morant and ended their endorsement deal, while other potential brands Powerade dropped Morant and ended their endorsement deal, while other potential brands that had considered working with Ja changed their minds. So with everything added up, Ja lost north of $60 million, and maybe even more, due to his imitation of Chris Tucker in Rush Hour.
FBI, take a picture. It's okay. Wait a minute.
That 25-game suspension was the 9th longest ban of a player in league.
So Gil got 50, Javaris got 38. Stephen Jackson, this might have been Malice in the Palace. Yeah. These two might have been Malice in the Palace. Dang, what OJ Mayo do?
As the league does not take guns lightly, especially after Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Crittenden brought guns to the Wizards locker room in 2009. Adam Silver
That situation was
visibly
different,
mad
though.
and disappointed,
Shout
calling
out
Morant's
Gil.
conduct reckless and irresponsible, specifically noting the kids who look up to him.
As you said, he's a star. I mean, he has an incredibly huge following. And that my concern, and I thought he shared with me, that millions, if not tens of millions of kids globally would see him as having done something that was celebrating in a way.
Silver also said that for Morant to return to play, he'd be required to complete a program with the league to prevent him from repeating this destructive behavior. That same day, Morant issued his statement to the league, the Grizzlies, his teammates, and the city of Memphis, apologizing for the harm he'd caused. To the kids who look up to me, I'm sorry for failing you as a role model. I promise I'm going to be better. To all of my sponsors, I'm going to be a better representation of our brands. And to all of my fans, I'm going to make it up to you. I promise. And on December 19th, 2023, Morant returned from suspension, scoring 27 of his 34 points in the second half, along with a game-winning shot in a 115-113 win against the Pelicans.
Here goes Morant. He spins. Morant scores. And the timer expires. Count the basket.
Come on,
Ja
Ja.
Morant wins it for the Grizzlies.
But after playing in only 9 games, Morant suffered a shoulder injury that sidelined him for the rest of the 2024 season. And Ja recovered in time for the 2025 season opener, but 2 weeks into the season, he got hurt again.
3-on-2. Jake lobs and Morant takes a hard fall. And there was no foul called. The crowd can't believe it.
After which Morant said he won't dunk anymore. On March 28th, 2025, the Grizzlies fired coach Taylor Jenkins, with only 9 games left in the regular season, and Memphis already securing a playoff spot with a 44-29 record.
Did not understand that.
Jenkins was Morant's only NBA head coach, and Ja was unhappy with his dismissal. And just 3 days later, he was involved in yet another incident. This time, during a game against the Warriors, Ja and Golden State's guard Buddy Hield made gun-aiming gestures at one another, after which the NBA issued a warning to both players.
As the Warriors were going to the bench, Ja Morant had
took the bait, Ja.
some
Took the
form
bait,
of
bro.
gesture there. You can make that what you want. And then Buddy Hield kind of responded, so you have offsetting tees, no free throws.
However, Ja completely ignored it, and the very next game, he made multiple gun-aiming gestures. When he was asked about the criticism he faced for the celebration, Morant said that he was used to the negative narrative around him. I was pretty much a villain for 2 years now. Every little thing. If somebody can say something negative about me, it's going to be out there.
But Ja, I'm with you. I'm with you on this, bro. But you gotta understand, because of who you are, bro, and what has happened, bro, you gotta understand this is gonna be your reputation, bro. And I know it bothers you, bro. If you want to beat this reputation, you just gotta do stuff. You gotta do shit differently, bro. That's it. That's it. We don't need you embracing the villain role, bro. The NBA, you wasn't looked at by fans, the NBA, all these kids as a villain. You were looked at as a hero, an inspiration. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't care no more. The following day, Morant was fined $75,000 for the gun-pointing celebration, after which he replied that he would start imitating grenade throwing instead. During the first round of the playoffs against OKC, Morant got injured again.
Look out. Oh, boy. The contact from Dort and Morant is...
What were they thinking? What was Dort and Ja thinking? Why would you try to dunk on him, Ja? He doesn't know you're coming, bro. Take the layup. Do something, bro. This could have been prevented on both sides.
Which put a bad taste in everyone's mouth, as his career arc had become increasingly frustrating. And before the start of the 2025-26 season, on NBA Media Day, Ja leaned into his new role as a villain, saying he doesn't want to be the face of the NBA. And then he quickly proved his point, because the face of the NBA doesn't get suspended every year, which Ja managed to accomplish after only 2 weeks of the season.
The Memphis Grizzlies have suspended guard Ja Morant for 1 game for, they say, conduct detrimental to the team.
On October 31st, after getting defeated by the Lakers 117-112, in which Ja only scored 8 points on 3 of 14 shooting, Morant expressed his frustration with the new coaching staff. In a post-game interview, the reporters asked him what went wrong for him in the game, to which Morant replied,
Go ask the coaching staff.
Ja grew increasingly frustrated with the new head coach,
Shouldn't
Thomas
have fired
Isolo,
Taylor
and his
Jenkins
offensive
from the
scheme.
get-go.
And after his public comments, the Grizzlies suspended Morant for 1 game. Upon his return, reporters asked Ja whether he was playing with the same joy, and Morant simply said,
No.
What can be done to get it back?
We'll see.
Clearly showing that something was broken in his relationship with the franchise. But this wasn't the end of all the controversies. Morant got injured again, and he watched the November 22nd game against the Mavericks in street clothes. But somehow, he still managed to become the most talked about player after the game. After the final buzzer sounded, Morant and Klay Thompson got into an argument and had to be separated.
Okay, I remember this.
And then
Ja got in there. I didn't see that the first time.
I saw that the first time. And where he comes from, I don't know. You didn't even play tonight. So you should have been in the locker room already.
And after the game, Klay had nothing positive to say about Ja.
And man, with Ja, he's a funny guy. He has a lot to say, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. But He's been running his mouth for a long time. It's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of his career so far, just leaving us wanting more, you know? We all want to see him out there and do his best.
That's facts, though. That's facts.
Letting a lot of other stuff get in the way of that. When you're a star, it comes with a great responsibility. I hate to see that go to waste.
So far in the 2026 season, Morant is shooting a career low from the field at just above 40%. And he's even worse from the three-point line, shooting just above 20% from deep. His point average is the lowest it's been since his first 2 seasons, while his turnovers are almost at an all-time high, despite only playing 28 minutes a night. Morant's trade value has never been lower, due to his decreased performance, all the injuries, and off-court issues. It's insane to think that just 3 years ago, he was considered one of the best players in the world and the one who's least likely to get traded. But now, even if the Grizzlies wanted to get rid of him, it would likely not get much in return, as any team that'd be willing to take on Ja would also be taking a huge risk, since he's missed more games than he's played in over the last 3 seasons. It's a shame that we've gotten to this point, because at his best, Ja was one of the most entertaining players to watch, and he's one of the most athletic point guards in NBA history.
Morant.
My goodness, boy.
But Ja
I didn't
wants
see
to
that
be
too many
against
times.
him, and it would be a terrible waste of talent if he doesn't manage to resurrect his career. Because really, anybody can wave a gun on Instagram, but not many people can dunk over 7-footers and twist in the air like he can.
Ja in the late game situation.
In about 15 or 20 years, we could be watching his Hall of Fame speech. But we could also be watching him on the news, beating up another teenager or being involved in another gun incident. It's Morant's choice which road he'll take. And for the sake of all NBA fans worldwide, we hope it's the first one. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, we have another one for you.
Hey, man. Ja, like I said in the beginning of the video, bro, get right, get healthy, raise your trade value, and, hey, if you want out of Memphis, that's on you. You can get traded to somewhere where you want to play, you feel me? Where you can reset, a restart, fresh start, and you can go kill, bro. And put that name, remind people who the fuck you are, bro. I mean, it's that simple, bro. It's that simple. Do you want it? How bad do you want it, bro? You went from the top, you failed, now can you get back to the top? How bad do you love the game? How bad do you want it? That's all I got to say. Like and sub up, y'all. Hey, shout out Nonstop. Video link in the description. And we out.